Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Medium. I'm Sarah Jenkins.
And I'm James Thorne. Hey, good to have you with us.
Today, we're tackling something everyone experiences at work, mistakes. Specifically, how to acknowledge and resolve them in professional English, calmly, clearly, and with confidence.
Yeah, and not to be dramatic, but how you handle a mistake can change your relationship with your manager or teammate. Seriously.
Totally. This episode will be practical. A role play, phrase breakdowns, stories from our own careers, and a mindset shift you can practice. By the end, you'll have 9 solid expressions to use and a calmer way to approach errors.
Sounds good. Quick note, our audience is intermediate to advanced English learners working in English-speaking offices, so we'll keep examples realistic and professional.
Right. Let's begin with why handling mistakes well matters.
Okay, why it matters, James. Take it away.
James, you go.
All right. First, mistakes happen. They are part of learning, especially in a new language and a new workplace. But how you react matters more than the mistake itself. Being honest, taking responsibility, and offering solutions builds trust.
Exactly. Instead of hiding or panicking, a composed response shows maturity. It tells colleagues, I own this, I will fix it, and here's how.
And it reduces escalation. When someone hears a clear, calm plan, they relax. They stop imagining the worst. So your tone and language are as important as the words.
Also, for non-native speakers, it's tempting to over-apologize or use weak language. Sorry, sorry, sorry. That can sound unsure. We want to teach you how to be polite, but confident.
Yes, polite, confident, not robotic, not defensive. You can be warm and professional.
Before we jump into the role play, one more point. Mistakes are opportunities for connection. When you handle them well, you model vulnerability and invite teamwork.
I like that. Moments of connection. Okay, role play time. We're going to present a realistic exchange between two colleagues, Marcus and Nina. I'll read Marcus, Sarah will read Nina. Ready?
Ready? Quick note, listeners, we're acting, so listen for tone, phrasing, and questions. After the dialogue, we'll break down 9 key phrases.
Hey Nina, do you have a moment?
Hey, Marcus. Sure. What's up?
I want to flag something about the Johnson report. I realized I used last quarter's numbers by mistake in the summary. I double-checked the raw data and, yeah, the chart is off.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me. Do you think it's a small fix, or will we need to update the version we already sent to the client?
I think it's a small fix. The conclusions don't change, but the chart numbers should be corrected. I can update the slide and send a revised PDF by the end of the day. Is there anything else you'd suggest?
That sounds good. Could you also add a short note in the email to explain the change? No rush, but let's aim to get the corrected version to the client tomorrow morning.
Will do. And, Nina, I'm really sorry for the mix-up. It happens, I know, but I should have caught it. I appreciate your understanding.
It happens, Marcus. Thanks for taking ownership. If you'd like, I can glance over the updated numbers before you send them.
That would be great. Thank you.
That was the dialogue. We'll now take a deep dive into 9 expressions from that exchange and show you how to use them naturally.
Yes, 9 expressions. We'll explain meaning, tone, and give alternatives. Ready, Sarah?
Ready? Let's list them first. 1. Do you have a moment? 2. I want to flag something. 3. I double-checked. 4. It happens. 5. No rush. 6. Will do. 7. Could you also? 8. I appreciate your understanding. 9. Take ownership.
Great list. We'll go through each one carefully. Start with number 1.
Number 1. Do you have a moment? Use this to politely start a conversation without assuming someone's free. It signals respect for their time.
Examples are, do you have a moment? Use this to politely start a conversation without assuming someone's free. It signals respect for their time.
Okay, when is good for you? That keeps it collaborative.
Short alternative. If you have a moment.
Number 2. I want to flag something. This is a professional way to bring attention to an issue without sounding alarmist.
Right. To flag means to highlight. It's common in emails and meetings. You can say, I want to flag a potential error in slide 3.
Use it when the issue matters but doesn't require panic. It shows responsibility and clarity. Alternatives, I noticed, or I need to bring up.
Number 3. I double-checked. This phrase reassures others that you verified details before speaking. It builds credibility.
Yes, I double-checked the numbers implies you took care. If you didn't, don't say it. Be honest. I checked again, or I looked at the raw data.
You can also say, I reviewed the source file for more formal contexts. The idea is to communicate due diligence.
Number 4. It happens. Short, empathetic. Used to normalize small errors and reduce tension. But be careful. Use only when the mistake is understandable.
Right. If the error is major, it happens might sound dismissive. But for everyday slips, it's kind and human. No worries, it happens. That helps keep relationships calm.
Number 5. No rush. Use this to set a reasonable timeline while showing you're not demanding immediate action. It reduces pressure.
Good alternative. Whenever you have a moment, or by end of day would be great, but no rush. That balances urgency and empathy.
Number 6. Will do. Short, confident commitment. You can also say, I'll take care of it, or I'll handle that for more formal tone.
Will do is friendly and commonly used in spoken English, especially in teams. It signals action without overselling.
Number 7. Could you also? This is a polite request for help or an extra step. It's collaborative and non-demanding.
Yes. Structure, could you also? Verb. Example, could you also glance over the updated numbers before I send them? Use also to indicate it's an additional favor, not the main task.
Number 8. I appreciate your understanding. Use this when you've caused inconvenience. It's professional and gracious.
Shorter alternative, thanks for understanding. Both show gratitude and close the loop. Don't overuse for tiny things. Be sincere.
Number 9. Take ownership. Important mindset phrase. In language, you show ownership by using active language. I made a mistake. I'll fix it. Not, mistakes were made. That passive voice hides responsibility.
Yes, active voice. I missed the deadline. I'll update the schedule. This builds credibility and trust. Leadership notices that.
Okay, now let's do a slower read-through of the dialogue, focusing on intonation and small variations you can practice. James, read Marcus slowly, and I'll be Nina.
Hey, Nina, do you have a moment?
Hey, Marcus. Sure, what's up?
I want to flag something about the Johnson report. I realized I used last quarter's numbers by mistake in the summary. I double-checked the raw data and, yeah, the chart is off.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me. Do you think it's a small fix, or will we need to update the version we already sent to the client?
I think it's a small fix. The conclusions don't change, but the chart number should be corrected. I can update the slide and send a revised PDF by the end of the day. is there anything else you'd suggest?
That sounds good. Could you also add a short note in the email to explain the change? No rush, but let's aim to get the corrected version to the client tomorrow morning.
Will do. And, Nina, I'm really sorry for the mix-up. It happens, I know, but I should have caught it. I appreciate your understanding.
It happens, Marcus. Thanks for taking ownership. If you'd like, I can glance over the updated numbers before you send them.
That would be great. Thank you.
Good. Notice the rhythm, short phrases, clear commitments, and an offer to help. Let's explore variations for non-native speakers, because you might need softer or more formal versions depending on culture.
For more formal, replace "May I have a moment of your time?" and replace "I'll take care of that."
For more casual teams, quick question and got it work. The key is to match your office culture while staying polite.
Now, let's practice each expression in context with alternatives and short roll lines you can repeat.
Expression 1, practice. Do you have a moment? Repeat after me. Do you have a moment? Now try formal. May I have a moment of your time?
Expression 2 practice. I want to flag something about the budget. Alternative. I need to bring up a concern about the budget.
I double-checked the spreadsheet and the totals were different. Alternative, I reviewed the source file and found a discrepancy.
It happens. No worries.
No rush. Whenever you have a chance. Alternative, by tomorrow morning would be great, but no rush.
Will do. Alternative, I'll take care of it right away.
Expression 7 practice. Could you also review slide 4 before I send it? Alternative, would you mind taking a quick look at slide 4?
Expression 8 practice. I appreciate your understanding. Alternative, thanks for your understanding on this. Short, sincere.
Expression 9 practice. I'll take ownership of this and send the corrected file. Alternative, I'll handle the correction and follow up. Notice the active verbs, I'll, I will, I can.
Now, personal stories. Sarah, do you want to start? Share a brief mistake you made and how you handled it.
Sure. Early in my career, I sent an email to a client with the wrong date for a meeting. The month was off by one. I realized it after hitting send. I felt my stomach drop. I immediately messaged my manager, told her what happened, and proposed 2 actions. Send a corrected email explaining the typo, and call the client to confirm availability. I took responsibility, apologized briefly, and focused on fixing it. The client appreciated the quick correction, and we laughed about it later. It happened, right?
Oh man, I've done that version too. Mine was during a product rollout. I miscommunicated a deadline to a vendor. I used the internal date instead of the client-facing date. The vendor started working on the wrong timeline. I owned it. I apologized, explained the source of confusion, and offered an adjusted plan with overtime coverage. People noticed I had a solution, not just an apology. That mattered.
Yeah, I've done that version too. Mine was during a product rollout. I miscommunicated a deadline to a vendor. I used the internal date instead of the client-facing date. The vendor started working on the wrong timeline. I owned it, I apologized, explained the source of confusion, and offered an adjusted plan with overtime coverage. People noticed I had a solution, not just an apology. That mattered.
And for the language side, use active sentences and specific times. For example, I'll send the corrected file by 4 p.m. today. Sounds better than I'll fix it later.
Let's discuss mindset. Shift from I'm afraid of being judged to this is an opportunity to show reliability. It sounds small, but in practice, it changes your posture.
Exactly. Imagine 2 scenarios, one where you hide the mistake and another where you disclose it with a plan. Which do you think earns more trust? The latter.
Also, connect to the team's goals. Frame your message. To keep the project on track, I'll correct the chart and send the revised version by noon. That shows you're aligned.
Now, some do's and don'ts. Do: be brief, be honest, propose a solution, and ask for help if needed. Don't: over-apologize, blame others, or use passive language like mistakes were made.
Do: prioritize clarity. Use specific verbs and times. Don't: bury your request in long paragraphs. People skim.
Let's run through email templates, quick ones you can adapt. First, internal correction email.
Template 1, internal. Hi name, I want to flag an error in the Johnson report. I mistakenly used last quarter's numbers in slide 3. I double-checked the raw data and have corrected the chart. I'll circulate a revised PDF by 3 p.m. today. Would you mind glancing over slide 3 before I send it to the client? I appreciate your understanding.
Template 2, hi client name, I hope you're well. I wanted to let you know about a small correction to the report we sent earlier. The chart on page 5 used last quarter's figures in error. We've corrected the chart and attached a revised PDF. The conclusions are unchanged, and we apologize for any confusion. Please let me know if you'd like a quick call to review.
Template 3, when you need more time. Hi name, I discovered a discrepancy in the dataset that may affect the report. I'm working on it and expect to have a corrected version by tomorrow morning. No rush, but if you have any concerns, please let me know. Thanks for your patience. This buys time and sets expectations.
Listeners, practice these templates out loud. Replace the brackets and tailor tone to your company.
Let's pause for a quick practice. I'll read a short scenario, and James will respond using one of the 9 phrases. Scenario: you discover you sent a spreadsheet with wrong totals to a colleague. How do you start?
Hey Sarah, do you have a moment? I realized I sent the spreadsheet with incorrect totals. I double-checked, and I'll send a corrected version by 2 p.m. Could you also check row 12? I appreciate your understanding.
Nice. That uses several phrases. Do you have a moment? I double-checked. Will send. Could you also? And I appreciate your understanding. It's sufficient.
Short reaction. Helpful.
Now let's talk about tone. How to sound sincere without sounding apologetic all the time. For example, I'm sorry about this. I'll fix it and send the update. Short apology, then action.
If you're nervous about speaking on the phone, start with a short email and follow with a call if needed. The email documents the fix. The call clarifies tone.
Time management tip. If you realize an error late in the day, notify relevant people immediately with a short note. I found an issue, I'm looking into it, and will update you by 9 a.m. That prevents surprises the next morning.
Now, a quick section on cultural considerations. In some cultures, direct acceptance of fault is expected. In others, saving face is important. Adjust phrasing accordingly. For example, in more formal contexts, you might say, there appears to be an inconsistency, instead of, I made a mistake. But try to keep responsibility in some form.
Yes, softening language is okay, but avoid completely removing responsibility. You can say, there's an inconsistency that I will correct. That balances humility and action.
Let's practice some quick role variations. I'll be the manager. Sarah will be the team member informing me of a minor error.
Hi, James. Do you have a moment? I want to flag a small error in the deck. I double-checked, and the data for slide 6 used last quarter's figures. I can update the slide and send a revised PDF by 5 p.m. No rush, but if you want to review, happy to share the update. I appreciate your understanding.
Thanks, Sarah. That sounds fine. Send it when you're ready. And good catch.
Notice: short apology, plan, and an offer to share. That's the pattern we recommend.
Now, let's cover questions you might hear from colleagues and sample answers. Question: how did this happen? Answer: I used the wrong version of the dataset. I double-checked the source and have corrected it. Short and factual.
Question: is the client affected? Answer: no. The conclusions remain the same. We've updated the chart and we'll send the corrected copy by noon.
Question: will this delay the project? It shouldn't. The fix will take about 30 minutes and won't affect the overall timeline.
Okay, another quick practice. Listeners, repeat after us. I want to flag something. I double-checked the data. I'll send a corrected file by 3 p.m. Thanks for your understanding. Say it out loud now.
Short check-in. How's your confidence, Sarah?
Getting there. James?
Me too. Okay, deeper mindset shift. Treat corrections as opportunities to show leadership. When you proactively fix things, you demonstrate reliability.
Yes, and don't wait for praise. The goal is to build trust over time, not to get immediate recognition. Consistent behavior matters.
Now, let's summarize the 9 expressions again with quick one-line definitions. 1. Do you have a moment? Polite opener. 2. I want to flag something. Highlight an issue. 3. I double-checked. Shows verification. 4. It happens. Normalizes small mistakes. 5. No rush. Reduces pressure. 6. Will do. Commitment. Could you also? Polite request. I appreciate your understanding. Gratitude. 9. Take ownership. Active responsibility.
Great summary. We'll say them again, but this time with a sample mini-sentence for each that you can reuse. 1. Do you have a moment? Do you have a moment to discuss the Q3 numbers? 2. I want to flag something. I want to flag a typo in the report. 3. I double-checked. I double-checked the spreadsheet and found a discrepancy. 4. It happens. It happens. Let's correct it. 5. No rush. No rush, but please have it by tomorrow. 6. Will do. Will do. I'll update it now. 7. Could you also review row 8? 8. I appreciate your understanding. I appreciate your understanding while I fix this. 9. Take ownership. I'll take ownership and follow up.
Now, final practice. A full short script you can keep in your notes. Use this when you find a small error.
Hi, name. Do you have a moment? I want to flag a small error in the report. I double-checked the data and found that slide 4 used last quarter's numbers by mistake. I'll update the slide and send a revised PDF by 3 p.m. Could you also glance at slide 4 when you have time? I appreciate your understanding.
Okay, before we close, a few quick tips for practice and confidence building. 1. Record yourself saying these lines and listen back. 2. Practice with a friend or colleague. 3. Swap roles. Be the person receiving the news as well. That helps with empathy.
Okay, let's close with a few quick tips for practice and confidence building. 4. Use active verbs and clear times. 5. Keep apologies short and move to solutions. 6. Remember, most people appreciate honesty. You're not alone.
Short prompt. 1 final quick role. Listeners, imagine you're the one receiving bad news. What tone calms you? For me, it's simple. Clarity, timeline, and no drama.
For me, it's, I've got a solution. That always helps. Right, we're nearly at the end.
Let's do a quick recap of the episode structure so listeners can review. 1. Welcome and intro. 2. Why handling mistakes matters. 3. Realistic dialogue with Marcus and Nina. 4. Breakdown of 9 phrases. 5. Personal stories from us. 6. Mindset and communication strategy. 7. Full review. 8. Outro and call to action.
And our core lesson, handle mistakes with kindness, honesty, and a focus on solutions rather than blame. That will build your reputation more than perfection ever will.
We're going to leave you with one final practice. Say it out loud with us. Do you have a moment? I want to flag something. I double-checked. I'll send a corrected file by 4 p.m. I appreciate your understanding. Say it once, twice.
Good. Listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to English Medium, leave a comment with your workplace mistake story, and tell us which phrase helped you most.
And if you want extra practice, check our show notes for downloadable templates and a printable practice script.
Thanks for practicing with us. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be clear and kind.
See you next time. Take care, everyone.
Bye!